Hi, my name's Rob with Jameson Properties, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to get your deposit back. My name's Rob with Jameson Properties. In this video, we're going to talk about some of my units I have here on Cody Drive. It's 112, 114, 116, 118, 120, and 122. This is going to apply for all of those properties, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to do an inspection for you to show you how to get your deposit back. And we're going to start outside. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look from the outside. I want to look at the driveway. We don't want to see oil stains. We don't want to see where people a lot of times will use Armor All or any kind of stuff on their wheels or tires. That stuff tends to stain concrete, and it's pretty permanent. It's really hard to get rid of. So we want to let you know not to do that if you want to move into our properties and expect to get all your deposit back. Included in your rent here, this is a HOA. We pay to have someone take care of your bushes, the landscaping, the mowing, so you don't have to worry about any of that. All you really need to worry about on that end is making sure there's no trash. A lot of the other units here have pine straw. We have removed the pine straw and replaced it with marble, and we did that for a couple of reasons. The major reason is that helps to eliminate bugs. Pine straw is a perfect environment for bugs to live in. So next thing we want to look at is just outside here. You're not responsible for the roof or anything like that, but please do let us know if you do see anything wrong with any of the shingles or anything. So we want to look at the windows. The windows need to be clean. The brick, and here on the front stoop, we'll look at the concrete. We look at these. These are starting to get a little dirty. So got some mold or something growing on these. These need to be cleaned. The front door, this front door, it looks pretty good. I mean, if I wipe my hand on it, there's nothing. So that's good. And we want to make sure that this light's working. We want everything to be working when you move in, and then when you move out, we want everything to be working also. So we want to provide you with a unit that is completely functional from the beginning. And then when you move out, set it back to the same way. Let's go inside. All right, here we are inside the front door, and the first thing I want to look at is I shut the door and I look. I know that this property has had pets, so I definitely want to check all the molding and make sure there's no chews or anything like that. And what I see is I see where the paint's rubbed off here in a few places. So this door is going to need paint. I want to come around. I want to look. I want to check the walls, outlets, anything that I might see, and everything here so far looks pretty good. Typically what I want to do is when I come in, I want to pick one wall and go with it. And this one, I'm going to go to the right, come down. I've got the coat closet here in the front. I want to look at it. This one looks really good. I want to check the light. There's two lights in here. Both of those are on, so that's good. I want to check. It's a little bit dirty right here. So that's going to need to be cleaned. And come on down. As I'm coming down, check it for any damage, and I don't see anything. So this right here, this entrance looks pretty good. We have our AC return. The first thing I want to look at on this is I want to look for dust. And you see in this one, we've got quite a bit of dust here, so this has not been cleaned. When I open the door, we can look and see this has not been cleaned. And if you look from this angle, you'll see how much dust is actually in there. Here also, this needs to be cleaned. We've got dust on the AC unit. These are the things I look for on a move in and move out inspection. Also, we want to look at these filters. So 16 by 20, they should be changed at least every 90 days, preferably every 30 days, because they're really cheap. This 3-pack from the blue store down the street costs $9. So they say they last up to 90 days. If you're not burning candles and you don't have pets and you have a really clean environment anyway, they last 90 days, but it's preferred if you have anything otherwise to change them every 30 days. And what I do is I take a Sharpie and I write the date when I change them, and I put it in there. So that way I know exactly what date they've been changed. Continuing on from the air condition, everything else in here looks really good. 2 lights in this also, both lights are working. Trim looks good. Everything looks pretty good. We're gonna go into the front Bedroom here, come in. Again, I want to take a right hand is the way that I want to go and inspect. So I look to the right, I check the outlets, the trim, everything looks pretty good. I don't see spider webs and all the stuff that does tend to accumulate. Trim looks really good, walls look good. Come into the closet, everything looks fine, shelving looks good, door looks good. Come around to this front window with blinds. One thing I do with blinds is I want to run them all the way up, make sure that they lock, and then drop them back down. The reason I do this is we have allowed pets in the past, and we have come in, checked out a property, looked good, returned the deposit, only to find out later on when we went and looked at the blinds that dogs had chewed the blinds. So one thing we pay particular attention to is the condition of the blinds. This room looks pretty good, outlet looks good. Ceiling fan, we want to check for lint. This one's been cleaned. All the lights work, so that's all good. Right here we've got a small nick right here, not a big deal. Still looks in good shape. In general, carpet looks good, ceiling looks good, and that's the whole room. Looks pretty good. All right, this is the second bathroom, and I'll come in here, same thing. Look at the door, look at the hardware in the door. It's in pretty good shape. Lights will work. This is mirrors clean. Vanity is clean. Clean inside. Toilet's clean. Floor is clean. These guys did a really good job. All right, now we're gonna look at the shower. We've got the shower here. You have to clean the shower. A lot of times we'll see some stuff build up at the top right here. Nothing, clean. So clean from here down, clean all here. As long as this is clean, I mean, there's nothing else to say. You know, clean from there down. You get spider webs and stuff like that. Here's something I just saw right here. So now we got a little bit of paint missing right there. Just because these things say that they don't remove paint, sometimes they do. Everything I see here looks good. Particular attention you want to pay to lights, sink, and toilet. If those are clean and you got your vanity clean, then I don't have to pay somebody to come in and clean it. That's what we're looking at. If the property is ready to be turned over, as soon as you move out, that's how we're able to give you your deposit back. Same thing in this room. We want to look, still going to the right. We're looking at outlets, wall, trim, ceiling. A couple of little holes here where something was hung, some pictures were hung. Got, little scuffs up here, so those are probably going to have to be fixed. Oh, and right here, some things were hung here. But everything's clean. Baseboards are clean. One thing I want to bring up: do not use magic eraser on the walls. Magic eraser has bleach in it. You go in and you take a scuff like this right here. This will probably wipe off with just a damp rag without having to be painted. That probably will come right off. I don't know if that's showing up. If you take magic eraser and you wipe this in a few minutes, you'll see the whole area where you wipe with a magic eraser, and it'll have to be painted. There's no way around it. But if you just take a damp rag and wipe that, this is eggshell paint from Enterprise Paint and Industrial. It's cleanable. So this is an upgraded paint. When we bought the properties, they had a flat paint. They would not clean. But when we paint them with an eggshell or satin finish, which is cleanable. But do not use magic eraser. Moving on. We got some scuffs here. Wherever that is sticky. So that's going to need to be cleaned. Here's something I want to point out. In all of our units, you've got a key at your bathrooms, your bedrooms. There's one in the front. But if something happens, if you got a child that locks themselves inside a room, you've got these keys that are put up there. That's locked, unlocked. So these keys are everywhere for safety. They're high enough so kids can't reach them, but adults can get to them. So if something happens and someone winds up locking themselves inside a room, look for a key above. All right, now coming in the master bedroom, still sticking with the theme of going to the right, I come in, I want to check the door, I want to check the trim, and I see some dust. All that takes is a little bit of wipe down. So stay to the right. Come into one of the walk-in closets for the master, because there's two. Trim has not been wiped down here in the closet. I want to point this out. That's where the painter rolled his roller up too high. That's no fault of the tenant. That was done before you got here. These are the type of things that I want to know about. Hopefully I catch them, but if not, whenever you use this video, whenever you move in, to look for things like that, to catch them so that you can show that they were already there. That's why I'm making this video. Continue with our stay to the right. Want to look at this door. It looks good, looks clean. Window, same thing. This is a smaller window. Want to make sure that the blinds actually operate. Window is dirty. This unit had pets, so we take a particular amount of time to look at the door. A lot of times pets will chew on the doors because, well, they see that that's how you open a door, so they'll try to chew on doors, trim and whatnot. And we've got some staining of the carpet here. Here we got some red clay stain. We got some red clay here. We have a light here. Just turn it on. Yep, both the lights work, so that's good. Back patio looks like it's been swept, but it's still kind of dirty. And we do have irrigation in the backyards. The HVAC unit, whenever a unit becomes empty, I take all the covers off and I clean those out inside myself. So that's something you shouldn't have to worry about as a tenant. It is in the lease that you are not allowed to put the satellite dishes on the roof. There's a reason for that. The reason is they screw it to the roof. If it ever starts leaking, then you're the person that put the satellite dish on the roof, so therefore you are responsible for any damage that's done by the leaking. It's outlined in the lease that if you add any of these dishes, that they're supposed to be put in the ground and on a post. Whenever someone does put that on, make sure you tell them not to put it on the roof, because you are putting yourself in liability if there is a roof leak. You created it by having them drill through. What is that? Smells like dog. Smell like dog in here? Asking the cameraman if he can smell it too, and he can. It looks like right here there was a dog cage really close to this wall, and the dog rubbed on this wall. This has been rubbed off. And people wonder why landlords require pet fees. This is why. It's stuff like this. I have dogs. I love dogs. I think everybody should have dogs that knows how to treat them correctly. They're a great asset to a family, but they cause damage to property. All right, so back inside. All right, so coming in, continuing on with the right hand. This wall, oh, does that show up? Can you see that? Most likely what that is, and I've seen it with these before, it's probably mousse. Hairspray, mousse. We had one of these units have that similar type thing everywhere in here. And what we found out was it was after she did her hair, and the whole thing had to be repainted because there was so much mousse and hair product and whatever scattered all over the walls and ceiling that looks very similar. That's probably what that is. So continuing on, master bath with the toilet and a shower. Now come over here and get a better look at this shower. Does that look clean? Is that showing up? Mm-hmm. You see the soap scum, the mold. The best way to clean it is to fill it up like you were going to use it and put in dishwasher soap. Turn it on and let it run and let the dishwasher soap run through. And there's no way we can rent this property to someone with mold inside the tub. Cannot do it. The whole thing has not been cleaned at all. So this whole thing needs to be cleaned. One thing I want to point out, this is the master bedroom. Right here, flat screen TV has been mounted before. Here's the cable outlet. People ask me all the time, can I mount a flat screen? Yes, you can. You see the holes that it leaves. And here's what I say. I've had this tenant specifically ask me, do I need to fill these holes? My answer was, not necessarily. Because so many people these days want to have a flat screen TV in the master bedroom, what I tell them is, let me wait and find out when I talk to the next tenant. If they're going to put a flat screen right back where you had one, why should you pay the money to fill in the holes? I'm not trying to keep your deposit. I'm trying to keep my property in pristine shape. If they want to use this to put a TV up, then don't waste the money, time, and effort to fix it. Because almost everybody these days wants a flat screen TV in the master. And that's the end of the tour in the master. So we got the laundry room, come in. Everything looks good here. Also, I'll get here. Yeah, we got lint. The baseboard needs to be wiped down. Look here. Look at this. What is that? Is that mold? That definitely needs to be cleaned. Wash machine looks good. This is where we have what we call the mana block. If you have any sort of water leak anywhere in the house, every single connection comes to right here, and here is the wrench to turn that connection off. Coming into the kitchen, first thing, refrigerator. These refrigerators are not heavy, number one. Number two, they're on wheels. I push that out with one hand, roll them out, sweep in behind, look for dust. I have had people, tenants call and say, my refrigerator has stopped making ice. Typically, there's a couple of reasons for that. It's either low on Freon or there is not good airflow. The last one I had that stopped making ice, I took this cardboard off with these screws, took a vacuum cleaner, vacuumed out all the grills and stuff in there, put it back together. It worked fine. Didn't require me to call a handyman, didn't require R134 or any of that. Just need to be cleaned. So keep that in mind. Clean the freezer, which you can see this one is, they've done a great job. The freezer, refrigerator, it's all clean. Microwave, you can take this out and put it in the dishwasher, which it looks like they probably did. Wipe the inside down, this one's clean. Oven, pretty good shape, not completely clean. This one will have to be cleaned. Oven cleaner was sprayed and not wiped off, so it's actually on the heating element and around. So it looks like it was sprayed and then wiped, but not completely. It was wiped after the rag was already dirty. That's what those, you can see my, here's something we need to look at. This is water damage. there was a leak or something happened here. This is where this got wet and it swelled up. This is the type of thing that if you're a tenant and this happens, you need to call me or text me or something to let me know that this is happening. I've been blessed with good tenants, and I've had a lot of tenants say, well, I didn't want to bug you. I didn't want to bug you. Sending me a text does not bug me. If there's a problem, let me know, because I want to stop it before it becomes a big problem. And last here in the kitchen, dishwasher. And dishwasher is good. I mean, it's real easy to clean a dishwasher. All you got to do is just turn it on. It'll clean itself. Three primary places people want to put TVs, this wall and the other two walls. A lot of people have flat screens, and I get asked all the time, can I put my flat screen up? The answer is yes, you can mount your flat screen to the wall. It's pretty common, most people are doing it. If you don't know how to locate a stud to do that, ask me about it. I can show you where they are. Don't mind you mounting a TV. Realize that mounting a TV is way more than mounting a picture. And this looks pretty good. We're back up to the front door. And that's how I do an inspection. I start on the right, I follow all the way to the right until I wind up where I started. And that's the best way to do it, so you cover everything. So this is the video that I wanted to do to show people how to get their deposit back. Take your time, go through, look, clean. If there's any issues like we found in this one, for example, underneath the kitchen, let me know about it as soon as you see it. As soon as you see it. The faster I know about it, the cheaper it is to fix. My name's Rob with Jameson Properties, and thanks for watching. To minimize the damage. That's what we want to do. I bet that's gonna make it on the bloopers. In this video, I'm gonna show you exactly how to get your deposit back from me. Intro bumper.
All right, here it goes.
I'm ready. Say hi to the neighbors. Don't make any noise over there. Quiet on set.